Well, as the Vice President of Programs for the Wasie Foundation locally here in South Florida, I'm basically a support for the local nonprofit community. I do have a counterpart in Minneapolis. It's a snowbird situation as far as the foundation is concerned. The family came down in the early 70s to get away from the cold and nasty Minneapolis weather. And because of that, South Florida is a much better place, obviously because of the family's legacy that they've left behind here for all of the wonderful nonprofits in town. We are a foundation where we're not an ATM only. We definitely roll up our sleeves. The president of the foundation, Greg Shoquist, is very much the same way. His heart is in the right place, a compassionate man, definitely my mentor, and we're here to help and make Broward a better place. Well, the Wasie Foundation funds medically fragile children, schizophrenia, cancer, and arthritis. The Wasie Foundation is involved with Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, Holy Cross, as far as on a larger perspective, Jessica June Children's Cancer Foundation, Children's Diagnostic and Treatment Center, Broward Children's Center. So a lot of the children-friendly nonprofit organizations. Definitely the smaller grassroots organizations have the Wasie Foundation's name all over it, just because many of those are a one-shop individual who are wearing many hats. And if we can come in and lend that capacity, that support, that guidance, we're definitely all about doing that. Now, on the larger side, we're also very much active, engaged in the larger organizations as well, but just for different reasons, just for community support. It also lends itself some credibility when you have a foundation involved in your nonprofit organization. So anything we can do to help, we are. I want to get the community involved. So with that, I will definitely be the matchmaker and help really find what the people's wants and needs and passions are, and then plug those people into those appropriate nonprofit organizations. I'm on 12 boards right now. I co-chair maybe about 8 to 10 events, but then we sponsor many events. Then on other nonprofits, I'll serve on the committee of events. So it just kind of depends. I can't be everywhere, so I definitely try to balance my schedule. It's a juggling act, but it's really honestly the right thing to do. And all of the boards that I do serve on fall within our funding guidelines as well. One exception is the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce Board, but that is putting me in contact with the businesses with that goal to obviously, once again, be that matchmaker, connecting the dots for those businesses of how they can get involved. Maybe about 2.5 years ago, over at the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce, there was such a need for these nonprofits that kind of have a sounding board, if you will, and stepped up to the plate and created the nonprofit committee, which it's about 100 people strong on a monthly basis that come together, network, number one, but number two, provide an opportunity for the for-profit chamber members to really step up to the plate to showcase how they can help fellow chamber nonprofits organizations. There is no typical day, and that's what the beauty of this is, because in philanthropy it's to do good. So every day I wake up to do good and to be the vehicle of good. So it means meeting with businesses as far as how can they become involved on a sponsorship level, whether it's something as simple as a charitable event. It could be sitting down with the nonprofit organization and kind of finding out their needs, what they're looking to do, what the next step is. It just means sitting down with average donors. That there is no typical day. That was a very special day. It was a surprise, definitely caught me off guard. Very humbling experience, to say the least, but it was nice to be recognized in that capacity. I'm so humbled by this experience. I don't ask for it. I'm happy to help and assist. It comes from the heart, it comes from the right place, and it actually makes me very speechless. This was definitely not my goal, but am I shocked to be in this spot? No. My heart literally has been in this place since I was born. I was born a volunteer. It's what I know. It's the only thing I knew. I grew up in Texas. Yes, absolutely. We volunteered. As I said, the minute I was born, both my brother and I were given back. So it was part of our moral compass, part of our family's core values and beliefs. So it has just led me to kind of where I am today. Well, I have two great examples. One is the 211 Bank Atlantic Academy Awards. The second one is Jessica June Children's Cancer Foundation. Both of those events I in South Florida was a part of. And the beauty of that and the power of having this tool and asset in our community, it goes beyond anything I've ever seen, because what it does is after the event has happened, that link is forever on the nonprofit's website. So on a sponsor perspective, the giving still continues, and to maximize those exposures for the sponsors, it really does become a win-win situation, not only for I in South Florida, for the nonprofit organization, and then obviously on the sponsor side. I know, for example, at the 211 VIP sponsor party, it was a live feed, and to have that tool as a nonprofit is valuable. And just to gain that exposure, you're not even there, and yet 10,000 folks viewed your event. The power of that is tremendous. I do see the tides turning. And that is because of the power of Facebook, the power of online, the power of online giving, which is a huge tool, especially for the younger generation. Obviously, the older generation is sending that annual check-in. It might be at the end of the year, etc. But with Facebook and the power of Facebook and the power of online devices, it's monthly income coming in. Me personally, I actually give on a monthly basis because I know the importance of what monthly income means to these nonprofits. So that's me and how I do it personally. And if more and more people did that versus just giving because Mr. CPA said at the end of the year that you need to give a check to charities, that would make such a big difference. I think we can always be better. As far as the Wasie Foundation is concerned, we are a Minneapolis-based organization, which Minneapolis is ranked #1. As far as Broward County is concerned, we're number 50. So as far as room improvement, absolutely, and you can see the polarization. But I think that goes back to just the core values and beliefs of the Midwestern type feel and approach of how you raise a family. We're a very transient city. The sense of community is good. It could be stronger, but at the end of the day, it only takes one to make a difference. So if we just all do something right and positive, such as what I on South Florida is doing of offering this wonderful service to the nonprofit organizations, then that's how we're going to be building our community, one situation, one person, one organization at a time. At the end of the day, you have to go where your heart and passion lie. So that's first and foremost. What do you want to do as a business? Whether, let's say you're a marketing company and you offer pro bono services to nonprofits, that's great. Whether you are an IT company and you can build on a website, because as you know, money is always tight for these nonprofits. So it's really, what do you have in your business that you can offer the nonprofits? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is right in front of them. It's just a matter of going for it and doing something about it. Well, my spare time, I do a lot of charity events as well, because once again, it's an extension of who I am and my love of the community. And to be in this position to give back, to help, I offer guidance. It's really a beautiful day. I definitely don't have a bad day.